It's 2:30 in the morning and we're on our way to pick up our newspapers. It's like a little popsicle out here. It's so cold. And I won't have no heat since the little Blue Rhino thing messed up, but I'll take it back to the old grocery store when they open today. I'm just glad I don't have to get gas this morning. I got enough yesterday. It appears to do both routes, I guess. I ain't never seen that before. But we're gonna go up here and pick up these papers real fast. Get back here and get started. So we'll see y'all in just a second. Alright guys, so we're almost there to pick up the papers, and I don't go to the plant. I pick them up from a distribution point. Basically, the newspaper company rents a building, and instead of everybody going to the plant to pick up their newspapers, I pick up from a building at a distribution point. So a big truck pulls up, backs into a bay, it unloads big carts full of newspapers, and I take newspapers off of that cart, load them on another cart, drive it outside, put it on my cart, then I put the cart back in the building and I go to work. That's how I pick up my newspapers. Now, a lot of times I'll come to this building and these newspapers aren't there. As soon as I pull up, I know whether they're there or not by the people sitting in the parking lot, because some people come extremely early to wait on these newspapers, and I'm not coming extremely early to sit in my car and talk. You know, these are older guys and gals, and this is their main and only source of income, and this is what they do, so they make sure that they're here extremely early to get their paper routes done extremely early. And I'm still here early enough that I can get my paper route done on time, as long as the newspapers are here and I can walk in and pick them up. But since they bought this $10 million press, I've only been able to walk in and pick up my newspapers, with them being here a very small handful of times. I guess they're still working out all the little kinks and stuff. So anyway, we're about to pull up here, so I think they're already there. I don't pass 3 vehicles that I think are newspaper vehicles, so no, that wasn't. Yeah, newspapers are there. There's the truck leaving right there. Woo! Alright, we got our newspapers. Let's skedaddle. Oh man, let's get some newspapers rolling. At least it's not raining. Yesterday it was raining a little bit, just a little bit, and I had to double bag because of just a little bit of rain. So luckily today it's not gonna rain. I can just single bag everything. So I do drive and bag my papers just like you see me doing. I'm driving down the road right now. I use 100% of my knee while driving back to the route, and for about 60 to 70% of the route I'll be driving with my knee also. Just how I do. It's nothing for me. I've already got used to it. These bags aren't working right. I don't know if you can see that, but they're not. This bag's just pull right off. It's not, so it's causing me to do extra work here because the bag maker messed up the bags. But hopefully the next sleeve I pull out of the case won't be messed up like this. I just have to work this sleeve until it's gone. Some people might be questioning how the newspaper thing all works, so I'll probably explain it little bit by little bit daily. I'm not gonna bore everybody with too much newspaper information. So I'm gonna get out here on the route. If something happens, you'll know about it. I've seen all kinds of stuff out here. When I first moved out here to this little town that I deliver my newspapers in, right outside of the city I grew up in, I was leaving my house and I was renting an apartment building, and across the street is a separate apartment building, and as I was leaving mine, there was a huge fire across the street at the other apartment building, right in front of the building in the flower bed. You know how there would be like the flower bed along the front of the building? Well, that flower bed was on fire, and I mean 6-foot high flames. Couldn't even see the person's window on the other side of the flames. It was like, wow. And it's directly beside the fire department. So I start scrounging and I'm looking. Well, I don't have my phone that day. I just happened to leave my phone at the house that day. So I can't call nobody. I ride over to the fire department next door and start blowing the horn, circling around the parking lot, because I know there's guys in there sleeping. But, you know, are they going to hear me? After about 5 seconds of that, I say, hey, I'm going to run right back next door and I'm going to go knock on some doors right in front of the fire, and we'll start getting these people out, because I don't want to waste time. This is people's lives. So I shoot right back next door real fast, and as soon as I'm pulling in the apartment complex, I'm blowing the horn, because it's, you know, it's a road in the center and a building on each side of the road, and the fire's on the right side. Well, some guy on the left side, different building altogether, hears me blowing the horn and then looks out his window and sees the fire. So he comes running over from his building, helping me knock on doors and getting people out. Well, the first person that comes out, and we're like, it's a fire out here, there's a fire out here, get your family out. And they immediately say, hey, well, there's some fire extinguishers here in the hallway. So dude grabs a fire extinguisher and runs out there and puts the fire out. It was basically like a pine straw fire, like maybe someone had flipped a cigarette out their window and started all the pine straw that was in front of the building in the fire, or in front of the building in the flower bed, just ignited like raging fuel. So needless to say, we got it put out. Nobody was harmed in the making of that fire extinguishing little story I told you. But that was a crazy moment out here. That's one I'll tell you about real fast. So, alright, gonna have some fun. I'm almost there. We're gonna have to roll these windows down and create a lot more noise. And the noise was kind of annoying on the first video I did yesterday, so alright. Alright, so it's later on in the day. I'm gonna come out here and grab this tank off this heater, throw it in the back of the car, go get me a new one. Cold out here. Let's grab this tank off. Alright, now we'll take this tank back and get us a new tank. I do have my receipt. The lady says, I'm working till 8 p.m. so just bring your receipt and we'll exchange it. I'm like, well, I won't be there till, you know, there's no way I can be there by 8. I got a full tank of gas to let burn out. What you doing, little girl? What is that?
I don't know.
You don't know? That's out of a tree.
Yeah, that's up there.
It's called a pine cone. Alright. She's cold in her. Ain't it, baby? Alright, so We're gonna go get the new fuel tank first, I guess. Right here at Food Line.
I was.
Alright guys, well, I got my local Food Line to give me a new blue Rhino tank. I got that accomplished. I went ahead and went to the local license plate office and got me a new driver's license. It's coming in the mail. It was expired and I need some new ones, so I also had a guy come by. He bought a 30 series torque converter kit from me and a new extra belt, and he bought a used pulley. You see I've got a whole bunch of old torque converter kits sitting up there and plates, and I got them all over. There's one right there, and I've got them everywhere because I pull them off old go-karts and I don't use them. I always put new on. So anyway, I sold him a torque converter kit, an extra belt, a pulley, and I sold him old Tecumseh engines that he can rebuild and fix the carburetor on and get running. So I made a little bit of money, so I went and bought some stuff for the trailer wagon. This is what I got here. I've got this to go on the back of the 4-seater. I'll get that on the back of the 4-seater. And then this also will have a swivel in there. And what I'll do is weld this right on there. So this will just drop down in. This basically will be the hitch receiver. And this will be like the ball dropping down in the hitch receiver. Then I'll put a pin in it. I'll cut it off to where it's snug, put a pin in it or something. And then I'll have a section of this going down through here. I'll show you here. I'll have a section of this going down through there for the steering. And then I'll have some way for it to pivot on top of that. But basically I got my steering figured out on what I'm going to do on this trailer wagon here. So I need to figure on some bracing for this onto the 4-seater and do a little work on making it so I can bend right here. Basically it would be nice to have a swivel right about right here so this can bend. So I need to figure out how to put a little swivel in that right there, how I want to do that. So alright everyone, that's about all I can do on this video. It's Halloween and the kids and I, we're going trick-or-treating. I'm gonna go snatch some bags. Nah, I'm not snatching no bags. I might snatch some candy out of my kids' bags, but I ain't snatching no bags. So catch you guys later.